In the next few weeks, the richest black man, Dangote, will be having one of the biggest IPO in Nigeria. And everyone is paying attention to this. Everywhere you find people talking about it. Some persons think once they buy it, they will instantly make money. And there are a lot of persons that feel like this is a lifetime opportunity, while there are a few other persons that are scared of investing into the IPO because they don't know if they are going to lose money in the course of investing into it. And finally, there are a lot of persons that are looking for how they can actually participate in it. So in this video, I will break down number 1, what is IPO? Number 2, how can you participate in the Dangote IPO before listing? Number 3, the dark side of this Dangote IPO nobody talks about. And number 4, how I personally think you should approach it. Before I start this video, make sure to like this video right now and subscribe to this channel. If you've done that, it means the entire world to me. So make sure you do that right now and let's get started. What is an IPO? IPO simply means initial public offering, and this is when private companies decide to sell their shares to the public for the first time. Before IPO, the only persons that have shares in a company is the private investors and the team members of that particular company. Now, after IPO, the entire public can actually buy their shares. Now, think about shares like owning a percentage of a company. The more shares you own, the higher percentage of that company you actually own. So instead of continuing to raise money from banks or private investors, they decide to raise money from the public by selling their shares to the public. And this is simply what an IPO is all about. So let's go over some of the successful IPOs that happened. The first example is Airbnb. Now, the IPO price was $68. At listing, the price started at $146 and closed at $144. Now, this is more than a 120% increase. So meaning if you actually invested in Airbnb IPO, when it got listed on that very first day, you've instantly made 120% of your capital. Another example is MTN. Now, MTN listed by introduction in 2019, but in 2021, they had a proper public offering where every retailer or every person is allowed to participate to buy their shares, and the offer price was $169. Within a few weeks it went to $190, and right now the current price is 783 naira per share. So imagine if you had bought it at 169 when they did the IPO to the public, and now when the price is currently sitting at 700 something, you've seen how much you've actually made by just investing in their IPO. Now, these are some of the reasons why people think IPO is like free money. You invest and then make money instantly and cash out. But there is actually a dark side to IPO almost nobody is talking about, and that's one of the things I'll be talking about in this video. But before I do that, I want to talk about the important part in this video, which is how you can actually participate in the Dangote IPO. Now, this is one of the most requested questions I've been getting in my comment section and the rest of that, and that is why I'm choosing to talk about this part very well. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and after that we are going to go over to the dark side of IPO most persons are not talking about. All right, so for you to participate in Dangote IPO, for those using Bamboo, Cowrywise, and some of these apps that helps you buy stocks, if you're trying to use that to buy it, you won't be able to participate in the IPO. So there's a special website which is the ngxgroup.com. Now, this is the official Nigerian Stock Exchange website, and this is where you can basically participate in this IPO. But before you can participate, you need your CSCX number. So the only way to get that number is to do that from either Bamboo, Cowrywise, or some of them. So what you can do is to go over to Play Store or App Store and search for Bamboo. You're going to see it right here. So go ahead and install it and open an account and open it right away. Once you do that, you need to sign up, and once you're done signing up, then you can log in. You can see this interface right here. The next thing you need to do to get that number is to click on this top left of your screen here and scroll down to this area where you have KYC status. Click on it, and now you need to do all of this KYC. You can see I've done my own identity verification, bank account, and all of them. You need to do all of them. And once you're done with that, and it will also make a deposit. So you can make a deposit of $1, and once you've done that, then everything will be completed. And once that is done, you can now scroll down to this section where you can see account details. So you click on it, you can see my CXCS number, which is this one right here. I'm going to blur all of these details here so you don't get to see them, but this is my own number right here, which is needed for you to sign up on this NGX website. Alright, so let me show you how you can sign up on the website. So first you're going to go to the website ngxgroup.com, and you're going to click on get started, and it's going to take you to this page, invest ngxgroup.com. So I'll just drop this particular link because this is going to take you straight to the page for you to sign up. All right, so first you're going to click on sign up. You need to put in your name, so make sure what you're putting here is correct. It is very, very important. So I'm just going to blur out some of my details. You don't get to see my name and the rest of that. Okay, so I'll put in my password and click on acknowledge and click on get started. A one-time code will be sent to my email, and I'll put that and click on verify. So next is your brokerage information. So click here, and you need to get that number I told you about from Bamboo. So I'll go ahead and get the number and put that in here, and I'll click on continue. Okay, so you can see investor name Rejoice Uchekechukwu. Would you like to link? So I just click on yes, proceed, and click on continue. And over here I need to fill in all of these details, so my NIN, my BVN, and all of this. Once I'm done with that, then I click on submit. Then I've automatically signed up on NGX website. I'll be allowed to participate in the Dangote IPO, but just in case you want more information about that, make sure you're following me on this channel or any place you're watching this video right away. Make sure you're following me there, because I would make a follow-up video on how you can basically invest in it. So this is basically all of the steps on how to be part of the Dangote IPO before it gets listed on these brokers. All right, so the next question is, what is the dark side of investing in an IPO? Well, the thing is, most persons believe the moment they invest in an IPO, once they get listed, they will instantly make money and then they can cash out right away. But that is not the truth. You see, there are so many IPOs that actually happened, but when it got listed, the stock price actually crashed instantly. But over time, it's actually going to regain value, like it's going to come back again. But it took weeks, months, or even years for it to come back again to that price you actually bought in. I'm going to give you an example with Seplat. Now, if you look at Seplat right here, why the price of Seplat is sitting at a very high price? Well, this is what some persons are not talking about, and that is that if you look right here, the moment Seplat got listed, the price actually crashed from 700 naira down to 168 naira. That is, let me say, from this height here down here, that is a 79% decline. So if you had invested there, you wouldn't have made much. And if you were holding it in the next 20 months, you would basically be down by 79%, which is approximately 3 years and 6 months for this to come back to that listing price right here. And even after doing that, it's crashed again for the next how many years? 2 years before it started going up. So this clearly tells you that investing in an IPO doesn't mean you're just going to instantly make money. Yes, there are some like Airbnb that people made money instantly, Facebook and the rest of that. But all of them are not going to play out like that. Some could take 2 years, 2 months, 5 years, 10 years for it to start going up higher. But the major thing is looking at long term. Where do you see that particular price of that asset? You can see this was back in 2014, and you can see where the price is. Even if you've been holding it this long, you would still be up by 1,291% if you've been holding it in the past 10 years this stock got listed. So what I need you to understand is, investing in Dangote IPO doesn't mean you're instantly going to make money, although it could happen because of how hyped it is. But a lot of the times, early investors are the ones selling the moment they get listed, because they've invested way early in cheaper prices, and at the IPO you're actually buying at way higher prices than the amount they actually invested. So at that level, when it gets listed on the public, they could actually start selling, and that could drastically crash the price of the asset and not meet up to your expectations. So whenever you're looking at it, look at it from two different angles. Either it turns out to be a good one and makes you profits, or it could also make you a loss. But the main goal is you need to look long term, because I think long term is actually going to do well based on a lot of fundamentals around it. Now, the next question you'll be asking me is, how will I play this very well so that I don't get to lose so much money just in case it happens like that? Well, what I would advise is this. Let's say you're using $1 million to invest in the IPO. What I would advise is invest 30 to 40 or 50% max in the IPO. Now, what happens is, if by the time of listing, if the price actually crashes, then you can use the money to the rest of the balance to buy a lot more at cheaper prices and then hold it for long term. But just in case, when you get listed and then the price shoots up instantly, then you're either left with selling for profit or either investing the rest of the amount at that current price. So that way, you either have a better price, or you just have it, or Just in case it crashes, you're not going to lose so much money as against when you invest everything in the IPO. The final thing I need you to understand is this is something long term. It's not something you're going to be looking at weeks or months. I know crypto traders are always curious to make a lot of money instantly, like very, very fast, and a lot of them are actually my audience watching this video right now. But what I would advise you is, if it's money you need for something urgent or in the next 2 months or 3 months, please don't invest into the IPO. It might fall short of the expectation. Don't invest it. Rather, if you're looking at something you want to hold for long term, I think it's going to do well long term in the coming years. So look out for that very well if you're investing in Dangote IPO. I hope this video covers all of the questions you actually have about the Dangote IPO. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like right now and subscribe to this channel. I still have a lot more videos like this that will be coming very soon. I will leave all of the links I talked about in the description. Use that to sign up and go to the website. You will basically want to do everything you want to do. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.